I remember that day well. Nneka was in her small shop in Onitsha market, sewing quietly. She makes dresses and shirts for people around here. Her hands know the machine like an old friend. Then her cousin Obiageli came in fast. Obiageli looked proud. She held up her hand to show a new engagement ring. "You have to make my wedding gown," Obiageli said in a loud voice so others could hear. "And do it for free. We are family." Nneka looked up, surprised. Obiageli did not wait. "I already took your best designs. I sell them online. If you say no, I will tell everyone your material is cheap and fake. No one will come to your shop again." Nneka's hand stopped moving. Her eyes filled with water. She felt small and ashamed in front of the market people. She took a deep breath. "Okay," she said very softly, "I will make it." Obiageli smiled wide and walked away. Nneka sat still for a long time. One tear fell on the white cloth. She picked up her grandmother's old thread spool. She threaded the middle. She made the first stitch. If you are watching this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments where you're watching my folktale story from. I want to know how far it has traveled.
That same night, Nneka stayed late. She opened an old wooden box her grandmother left her. Inside were family letters. One letter was from their late aunt. It showed the real will. Obiageli had changed it after the aunt died. She took most of the family land and money. Nneka got very little. Nneka read it again. Her heart felt heavy. "She took what was mine too," she said to the empty room. Tears came down her face. She looked at the white cloth for the gown. She started drawing the pattern. While she drew, she felt hot, but also decided. She began sewing. She put the stolen inheritance secret into the first seam of the gown. The needle went in smooth. Then someone knocked on the door. It was Chike, Obiageli's fiancé. He looked worried. "Can you help with my suit?" he asked. But his eyes looked like he wanted to say more. Nneka said yes. She wondered what he was thinking. The next day, Chike came back. He took a photo from his pocket and showed it to Nneka. The photo was Obiageli with another man, Emeka, a politician. "She has been meeting him," Chike said quietly. "I don't know how long." Nneka looked at the picture. She felt bad for him. "That must hurt," she said. Chike nodded. To check her grandmother's thread, Nneka sewed a small false thing into a piece of extra cloth, like saying the day was sunny when it rained. The thread came out by itself. It would not hold a lie. Nneka understood. She took the photo and sewed the affair secret into the bottom part of the gown. The cloth felt a bit heavier. Chike noticed the thread looked different for a second. "What is that shine?" he asked. Nneka said, "Just the lamp." He looked at her, then left. Nneka sat thinking. She felt a little stronger, but worried too. What if Chike told Obiageli? A few days later, there was a family gathering at the old family house. People sat outside, eating and talking. Obiageli spoke loud about her wedding plans. Then she turned to Nneka. "Nneka's sewing is not nice," she said. "She is just jealous because I got more things from Auntie." People looked at Nneka. She felt her face get hot. Her eyes stung. She did not answer. An older aunt watched everything. Later, the aunt came close to Nneka. "Here," the aunt said quietly. She gave Nneka a small bead on a string. "Keep this. It helps truth show itself." Obiageli saw them talking. She came over. "If you don't say sorry to me in the market tomorrow, I will cancel the gown order." Nneka looked down. "I will say it," she answered. She went home feeling very low. but the bead felt warm in her pocket.
The next morning, the market was busy. Obiageli stood in the middle, waiting. Many sellers and buyers watched. "Say sorry," Obiageli said. Nneka looked at the ground. "I am sorry if I looked jealous," she said in a low voice. People talked quietly. Some felt sorry for her. Obiageli smiled big and left. Nneka walked back to her shop. She felt bad. She held the bead the aunt gave her. Suddenly, a picture came into her mind, clear. Obiageli had a secret abortion because of the affair with Emeka. Nneka felt sad. She sat down and picked up the needle. She sewed that secret into the top part of the gown. Her hands shook a little, but she finished the stitches. Then, the shop light went off. Everything became dark. Nneka lit a candle. Outside the window, she saw a shadow move. Someone was watching her.
The shadow outside turned out to be Emeka. He walked into the shop. His face looked hard. "I know you have that photo of me and Obiageli," he said. "Stay out of it." Nneka stood up straight. "What should I stay out of?" she asked calmly. Emeka pulled money from his pocket. "Take this. Destroy the gown. Do it now." Nneka looked at the money, then at him. "No, I shall not." Emeka got angry. "Obiageli is planning to tell people you stole from her. Watch yourself." He turned and left. Nneka sat down. Her heart was beating fast. She felt scared, but she did not stop. She picked up the needle again. She sewed Emeka's offer of money into the sleeve of the gown. Each stitch felt like she was taking back a little power. The shop felt quiet after he left. Nneka looked at the gown. It was starting to hold many secrets. The next day, Nneka came to see me. "I need to talk to the Dibia," she said. We walked together to his small hut outside the village. The Dibia was an old man who knew the old ways. He looked at a small piece of the gown cloth. He said prayers over it and put some herbs on it. The thread gave a soft light for a moment. "This can show what is true," he told her, "but you must use it carefully. If anger takes over, it can hurt you too." Nneka listened. She thanked him. Back in her shop, she sewed more secrets. The bribe from Emeka, the threats. The gown felt heavier in her hands. When she went out to get water, she came back and found her shop in a mess. Fabrics thrown on the floor, things broken. A note on the table said, "Finish the gown fast or more will happen." Nneka cleaned up slowly. She did not cry. She just kept working. Obiageli had a big party for her coming wedding. Many women came with gifts. Nneka brought a small part of the gown to show. Obiageli smiled at first. Then she came close to Nneka. "You know about me and Emeka, don't you?" she whispered. Nneka looked at her. "Truth always comes out," she said softly. Obiageli's face changed. She slapped Nneka hard across the face. The room went quiet. Everyone stared. Nneka touched her cheek. It stung. An older man, one of the elders, stood up. "There is a saying," he said calmly. "What a person hides will one day show itself." Obiageli sat down fast. Later, as Nneka left, she heard Obiageli on the phone. "We have to stop her shop for good," she said to Emeka. Nneka walked home. She felt the sting on her face. In her shop, she sewed that slap into the gown. It was another thing the gown now carried. Late that night, Nneka found an old family notebook in a drawer. The pages were yellow. It told about when they were in school. Obiageli had changed their exam papers. Nneka failed and had to leave school. Obiageli passed and got praise. Nneka read it slowly,
old pain came back. She remembered how hard it was. Tears fell on the page. She took some small beads. She sewed that school secret into the long back part of the gown. The cloth looked a little brighter when she finished. Then her phone rang. It was Chike. "I need to talk to you," he said. "Obiageli has been taking money from my company account." Nneka listened. "Come tomorrow," she said. "We can talk." She felt like maybe someone was finally on her side.
The next evening, Nneka met Chike near the river. The water was calm. Chike showed her some bank papers. "She took a lot of money," he said. "I trusted her." Nneka told him about the stolen designs and the changed will. They sat and talked. Both of them had been hurt by Obiageli. It felt good to share. Suddenly, Emeka appeared from the trees. "What are you two doing?" he shouted. "Are you planning against her?" He grabbed Chike's arm. Nneka stepped forward. "Let him go," she said firmly. Emeka looked at her, then let go. "You will regret this," he said, and walked away. Chike and Nneka hurried back to the shop. Nneka sewed the stolen company money into the veil part of the gown. The gown was getting full of secrets now. It felt very heavy, but Nneka did not stop.
The elders called a meeting under the big Iroko tree in the village square. Many family members and neighbors came. Everyone sat on mats. Obiageli spoke first. "Nneka is taking too long with my gown," she said. "She is doing it on purpose because she is jealous." People looked at Nneka. She stood up slowly. "I am only trying to do good work," she said quietly. "Family should not take from family." Some people nodded. Others stayed quiet. The elders listened carefully. One elder said, "We must hear both sides. Truth takes time to come out." The Dibia was there too. After the talking, he spoke to Nneka alone. "Keep doing what is right," he told her. "The gown will help show what is real." The meeting ended without a full decision. Obiageli left angry. "This is not finished," she said. Nneka walked home. She felt tired but not alone anymore. The bead from the ant was still in her pocket. That night, Nneka had a bad dream. She saw her grandmother clearly. The grandmother said, "Obiageli plans to put poison in your uncle's food. She wants the last piece of land." Nneka woke up sweating. Her heart was beating hard. She lit a candle and sat with the gown. "I cannot let this happen," she said. She picked up the needle. She sewed the poison plan into the small designs on the gown. When she tried one wrong stitch by mistake, the thread came out by itself. The gown would not keep lies. In the morning, Chike's sister came to the shop quietly. She looked around to make sure no one saw. "Here," she said. She gave Nneka an envelope. "These are bank papers. They show Obiageli took more money than Chike knows." Nneka opened the envelope. She looked at the numbers. "Thank you," she said. The sister left fast. Nneka felt like things were moving faster now. Nneka decided to face Emeka. She went to his office in town. The place had big chairs and papers everywhere. Emeka sat behind a desk. "What do you want?" he asked when she walked in. Nneka stood straight. "Stop coming to my shop. Stop threatening me and Chike." Emeka laughed. "You think you can tell me what to do?" But then he said something he did not mean to. The abortion was her idea, not mine. Nneka heard it clear. She did not say anything more. She just turned and left. Back in her shop, she sewed that new truth, the abortion, deeper into the gown's top.
The cloth felt warm under her fingers. Later, her phone rang. It was Obiageli. At first, her voice was sweet. "Let us forget everything, cousin." Then it changed. "Or someone might get hurt badly." Nneka said, "Threats do not change what is true." She ended the call. She felt afraid, but she kept sewing.
Obiageli came to the shop for a fitting. She brought 2 friends. She put on the half-finished gown and looked in the mirror. "This looks cheap," she said. As she turned, a small thread came loose. It showed a tiny secret. Her real age was older than she told Chike. Her friends laughed a little. "Oh, it's just a loose thread," one said. Obiageli's face turned red. "This is your fault," she shouted at Nneka. "You did this." Nneka stayed calm. "Threads show what is there," she said quietly. The friends laughed more. Obiageli took off the gown fast and left angry. After they went, Nneka cleaned the shop. She found something small under the table, a black bead amulet tied with red string. It looked bad. She wrapped it in cloth and hid it. She knew someone left it there to cause trouble. Early the next morning, Nneka went back to the dibia. She showed him the black amulet. He looked at it and shook his head. "Someone used a bad charm against you," he said, "to make the gown weak." He burned herbs and said prayers. Smoke filled the hut. He touched Nneka's head and the amulet. The amulet broke into pieces. "It is gone now," he said. "Ancestors protect the one who tells truth." Nneka felt lighter. She thanked him. Back home, she sewed the amulet attempt into the gown's inside lining. The stitches went in strong. Later, an unsigned note came under her door. It said, "Ask Chike about his first wife. He has secrets too." Nneka read it many times. Doubt came into her mind. Was Chike really helping? She folded the note and put it away. She looked at the gown. It held so much now. The wedding was coming closer. Nneka sat with Chike in the small back room of her shop. The gown hung on the wall like a quiet witness. She showed him the unsigned note. "Tell me about your first marriage," she said gently. Chike looked down at his hands. Then he looked at her. "It ended years ago. Obiageli helped cause it. She wrote fake letters to make my wife think I was cheating. I lost my home and trust." Nneka listened without interrupting. "She hurt you the same way she hurt me," she said. Chike nodded. "That is why I want to help now." They talked for a long time. They planned small steps, gather more proof, stay careful. Nneka felt trust grow between them. She sewed Chike's old marriage story into hidden pockets inside the gown. The stitches were small and careful. For a moment, they both smiled when Chike said, "I am bad at sewing." But later, Chike's phone showed a new message from Emeka. It had photos of their messages. "I know what you are doing," it said. Nneka's stomach turned. Their plan was no longer secret. Another family meeting happened in the compound at night. Lanterns gave soft light. Emeka came without invitation. He pointed at Nneka. "She is using bad medicine," he said loud. "That gown is not normal, it is cursed." People murmured. Obiageli nodded fast. "She wants to ruin me." The elders asked for calm. "Show proof," one said. The dibia stood up slowly. He took a small bowl of water. He added herbs and asked Nneka to put her hand near it. The water stayed clear. Then he asked Obiageli. The water turned dark and cloudy. People talked louder. "Truth shows in simple things," the dibia said quietly. Emeka argued more, but the elders stopped him. "We will have a bigger meeting soon," they said. "Everyone will speak then." Some people touched Nneka's arm as they left. "We see what is happening," one said. Nneka walked home with me. "Things are changing," I told her. She nodded.
But Nneka's words still hung in the air.
Nneka had talk in the market. Obiageli had paid some young men to burn her shop. Nneka told the community watch group quietly. They agreed to watch at night. They set a simple trap. When 2 men came with fuel cans, the watch caught one before he started the fire. The other ran away. They brought the caught man to Nneka's shop. The elders questioned him. Obiageli paid us, he said with his head down, to scare her and make her stop. Nneka listened. It hurt to hear, but she stayed calm. The elders wrote everything down. This will go to the big meeting, they said. Back inside, Nneka sewed the fire plan into the gown's inside lining. Each stitch felt like closing a door on danger. Neighbors came to help guard the shop. We stand with you, they said. Nneka thanked them. For the first time, she felt the people around her truly. The trouble came fast. Late at night, men came to Nneka's market store. They broke things and tore fabrics. Nneka heard the noise and ran out. Neighbors heard too and came running. They chased the men away together. Nneka stood looking at the broken store. Her sewing machine was damaged, but she did not cry. She started picking up pieces. The dibia had taught her a short prayer for protection. She said it quietly while holding the broken wood. Neighbors joined in. Their voices were low but strong. The air felt calmer. People stayed to help fix things. Some told their own stories about Obiageli, how she lied to them or took advantage. Nneka listened. She felt less alone. She repaired the gown too. She added threads from these new hurts into it. The cloth accepted them. Chike came to help. We will get through this, he said. But by morning, Chike was gone. Only a short note remained. They took me. Do not come alone. Nneka read it. Her hands shook.
Nneka did not wait long. She took 2 trusted neighbors and followed clues to an empty building outside town. Inside, Chike sat tied to a chair. Emeka stood over him. You think you can stop us? Emeka said, angry. Nneka stepped inside. Let him go, she said calmly. Emeka laughed. Give me the gown to burn or he stays here. Nneka held the bead charm tight. She said the dibia's words quietly. A sudden wind moved through the room. Lights flickered. Shadows jumped on the walls. Emeka stepped back, surprised. In that moment, the neighbors moved fast. They untied Chike. They all ran out together. Back safe in the shop, Nneka sewed Emeka's actions into the last parts of the gown. The gown was almost finished. Chike rubbed his arms. Thank you, he said. Nneka looked at him. We finished this together. But news came quick. Obiageli said the wedding would happen in 3 days, no more waiting. Nneka touched the gown. It will speak soon, she said.
The pre-wedding blessing happened in the family compound. People sang and drums played softly. Obiageli wore the gown for the first time, even though it was not fully finished. She walked around smiling for the guests. Then, as she moved, a small thread came loose near the bottom. Someone in the crowd said quietly, "Isn't that the politician she was seen with?" Whispers started. More people noticed. Obiageli's smile disappeared. She tried to cover it. "This is nothing," she said. But another thread moved. More small secrets came out. Guests talked louder. Some looked shocked. Obiageli pulled at the loose thread hard. When she did, the cloth fixed itself right away. It looked perfect again. Everyone stopped and stared. "How did that happen?" a woman asked. Obiageli's face went pale. She ran inside and took off the gown. "This thing is wrong," she shouted. Nneka watched from far away. She stayed calm. The gown had started to speak on its own. The elders called everyone to a full meeting under the Iroko tree the next morning. Many people came, family, neighbors, market sellers. The dibia sat in the middle with his water bowl and herbs. Obiageli stood up first.
Nneka made this gown to hurt me, she said. I did nothing wrong. Nneka stepped forward. She laid the gown carefully on a mat. Let the truth come out, she said quietly. The dibia started a soft prayer. As he spoke, small threads in the gown began to open. One by one, they showed things: the stolen designs, the changed wheel, the affair with Nneka. People gasped. Nneka jumped up. These are lies. He pulled out some papers. Here are documents. She stole money. The dibia raised his hand. Wait, he said. Let the gown finish. More threads opened. The bribe, the fire plan, the threats. Obiageli tried to grab the gown, but it slipped from her hands. The elders watched everything quietly. Truth was coming out step by step.
Chike stood up next. I have proof too, he said. He showed the bank papers and messages. The elders looked at them closely. Then the dibia did the final prayer. He touched the gown. A soft light moved through the cloth. Pictures like smoke appeared above it for everyone to see. Obiageli changing exam papers, writing fake letters, planning poison, paying men to burn the shop. The crowd made sounds of surprise. Obiageli fell to her knees. Stop, please, she said. Tears came down her face. Under the dibia's words, she started talking. I did it, all of it. I was jealous. I wanted more. Family members looked sad. Some cried quietly. Then Obiageli looked at Nneka. You have secrets too, she said weakly. Remember when you took money from the family box as a child? You never said sorry. Nneka took a deep breath. Everyone waited. Nneka stepped closer to the mat. Yes, she said clearly. When I was small, I took that money. I was scared and wrong. I carried that shame for years. Her voice shook a little, but she kept looking at the people. I never told anyone until now. The dibia nodded slowly. Truth sets a person free, he said. He touched the gown again. The last threads opened. Pictures showed Nneka's mistake, but also her years of hard work, helping others, building her shop again. The light around the gown became bright. Obiageli cried harder. I am sorry, she said. An elder spoke. What was taken must be given back. Ask for forgiveness. Obiageli nodded. Nneka looked at her. I forgive you, she said, but we will have clear lines now. People felt the heavy air lift. The dibia said a blessing. The gown folded itself neatly. Healing started right there. The wedding did not happen. Instead, a few days later, people gathered again under the Iroko tree for a quiet meeting. Obiageli brought the papers. She signed them properly. She gave back the land share and the design she took. I was wrong, she told Nneka. I am sorry. Nneka took the papers. We start again, she said, but with respect. The elders blessed both of them. Family members hugged. Some cried happy tears. The community felt together again. After that, Nneka's shop became busy. People came for clothes and to talk to her. She sewed with care. Chike stayed a good friend. The old thread stayed in its box, quiet now. I still walk by her shop sometimes. She waves and smiles. The pain is gone, but the lesson stays. Truth may take time, but when it comes, it brings peace. The story you have just heard is a simple African tale from our area. I tell it to remind us. Jealousy breaks families, but honesty and coming together heal them. If you were Nneka, what would you do when someone close hurts you deeply? Tell me in the comments. Your words can help someone else. God bless you, and may peace guide your steps. On the final screen, I am leaving one of the channel's favorite stories. Stay and watch it. Thank you for listening all the way.